Okay, let's just dive right in. Welcome to the explainer that is absolutely going to help you master Unit 1 of your English textbook, My New School, and completely conquer those tricky workbook exercises. If you're looking for a rock-solid foundation for English this year, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to break down the vocabulary, decode the grammar, and give you the exact strategies you need to ace your class. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We've got Welcome to Your New School, Essential School Vocabulary, Grammar, focusing on the present simple, using adverbs of frequency, and finally, tackling those workbook exercises. All right, Section 1, Welcome to Your New School. Let's meet the friends. You know, day one of a new academic year is always so incredibly exciting. Just look at Fong here, putting on his smart new uniform, getting ready to head out and meet his friends, Vi and Dwi. This is the exact kind of real-life scenario you'll be using your new English skills to describe, talking about your friends, what you're wearing, and your own morning routine. So let's test your memory of the reading section right off the bat. Based on their conversation in the book about having new subjects and wearing their uniforms, can you guess if these three friends are classmates at the exact same school? The answer is true. They are absolutely all heading to the same school together, which is exactly why they're chatting about their shared new routine. Moving right along to Section 2, Essential School Vocabulary. Okay, so you carry two main staples with you absolutely every single day, right? Your backpack and your pencil case. Now, why does memorizing these basic terms matter? Because when you're talking about packing your bag for the day or asking a classmate to borrow a pen, these are the exact nouns you're going to reach for first. And of course, you can't forget your math class lifesavers, the calculator and the eraser. Getting completely comfortable with these specific terms really prepares you for any international learning environment where you might need to, discuss your other subjects in English. Now, here is the real secret to sounding natural. It's all about understanding how English words pair together. You really need to memorize these specific verb and noun pairings. Think about it. You don't do ball games, you play them. You don't make housework, you do housework. You have subjects and you study lessons. If you lock these in, your English is going to sound so much more fluent. All right, on to Section 3, Grammar, the present simple. These are the rules of the game. Honestly, you need this grammar tense way more than almost any other when you're starting out. The present simple is the absolute foundation for telling your new friends about your daily habits, your school schedule, and just basic facts about yourself. If it happens regularly, present simple is your go-to tool. But here's the catch. A massive part of mastering Unit 1 is actually knowing when not to use the present simple. You've got to distinguish it from the present continuous. Use the present simple for your everyday habits, the stuff you do Monday through Friday. But you gotta switch to present continuous for things happening right this exact second, literally as you're speaking. This simple comparison straight from your text shows you exactly when to use each tense in a real-world conversation. Notice the word usually in that first sentence. That immediately signals a routine. Tom usually takes the bus. But in the second sentence, the word look means it's happening in real time, right in front of your eyes. So we ask, what is he playing? Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, using adverbs of frequency. I actually highly recommend pausing the explainer right here and taking a screenshot of this handy little chart. It literally maps out what each adverb means, going from 100% all the way down to 0. Always means every single time, without fail. Sometimes is, about half the time. And never means absolutely 0% of the time. Slipping these words into your sentences instantly upgrades your English from basic to super descriptive. Okay, listen up, because if you remember this one golden rule, you're going to avoid the absolute most common mistake students make in Unit 1. Always place the adverb before the main verb. For example, often goes right before the action verb go. But, and this is a big but, be careful with the to be verb like is or are because adverbs usually sneak in after those. For action verbs like play, study, and go though, the adverb steps in line right before them. Okay, Section 5, Tackling Workbook Exercises. Let's put all this theory into practice. I want you to treat your workbook like a detective puzzle. Follow these 3 simple steps to guarantee you find the correct answer every single time. Seriously, never just guess. Always look for the clues. Words like every day, usually, or now are massive hints telling you exactly which grammar tense the textbook wants you to use. Let's try this one together. Step 1, read the sentence. Step 2, find that time marker. On Monday implies a routine, right? Something that happens every single Monday. Because it's a routine, we know we need a present simple verb that actually makes sense with uniforms. Therefore, the correct choice just has to be wear. Students wear their uniforms on Monday. Now notice how we applied our knowledge here for this sentence ordering exercise. Remember earlier when I mentioned that tricky to be verb? Well, here is the verb is. Unlike your standard action verbs, the adverb always actually comes after the verb is. So it becomes, my grandmother is always at home. Spotting little exceptions like this is exactly what's going to get you perfect scores on your workbook exercises. So to wrap up this explainer, it is your turn. Grab a notebook and prove you've completely mastered Unit 1. I want to know, what time do you usually get up for school? Write it down using an adverb of frequency. Something like, I usually get up at 6 a.m. If you can apply these rules to your own life and trust your inner grammar detective when doing your workbook, you are going to absolutely crush your English class this year. Until next time, keep practicing.